June meeting of the Elder Care Committee. Want to welcome everybody back to our meetings. You've probably been in other committee meetings already, but welcome back to the building for our first meeting. I hope everybody is safe and sound. So we're going to go ahead and ask if we could please have a roll call. Does anybody need a pass this down to?
I gotta get with Pat to get an update.
Anybody else need a hard copy?
Hard copies? Do we have?
Yeah, there's some.
I forgot everything that worked.
Are you here tomorrow?
Public safety. But I later.
You bring it in.
We're heading to New Hampshire, so we're gonna.
Got that?
Thank you.
Yep, we're gonna do a roll call and get started.
All right, McLaughlin,
Here.
Ricard,
Present.
Beston.
Here.
Chapman, Camiso,
Here.
Cunningham, Demolowitz,
Yep.
Hurley,
Here.
and Whalen. Here. 7 present, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you very much. Again, welcome everybody to the meeting tonight. Our first order of business is approval of previous minutes. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second. Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Okay, our first item for this month's agenda, current business, authorizing an agreement with Core Tactics Healthcare Consulting Incorporated regarding nurse consulting services for Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. I see Mr. Slatsky is not here. Is there anybody here to speak in his place?
We can table it till he comes next month?
No, you can come back tomorrow.
What's that?
Does anybody have any questions regarding this issue?
Well, I think it's disrespectful for a department head not to be here tonight.
Well,
If we all came down here and made our time and effort. In the past, when they didn't show up, we tabled it.
I did have a couple of questions, but I mean, I could call them up, whatever the majority of the
Are we
committee
talking
wants to.
about Mr. Slacky?
Just a
Yes.
point of interest, I mean, I'll
No, I
support
agree
it,
with you, tell you the
know?
truth. I don't
I
understand, I didn't get any call that he wasn't
He
good.
is not a disrespectful
Well-
person. He-
No, I know, he's not.
I would-
So what we'll do,
It is
and we'll wait till, we'll keep moving on the agenda. If at the end of the meeting, he has not arrived, because I believe there may be another issue as well for him, if he hasn't arrived, we will table it. Thank you for that recommendation, I didn't
I mean,
know what
unless
the
it's
standard practice.
something that's
But if people have
100%
questions and
necessary.
they're not able to answer them, I'm not able to answer them, and if staff are not able to answer them, we will table it. Thank you very much. The next item, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding stimulus funding for Title IIIB Supportive Services Program. And I see Commissioner Bottano is here. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Glad to see all of you, healthy and well,
Yes, ma'am. Good to see you this
and I
evening.
hope that you've all gotten your vaccination.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I know this says to authorize an agreement. Actually, this is just accepting money. It really isn't authorizing anything.
So we've already authorized the agreement and the money is just coming in?
And the money, this is, stimulus money, it's coming in from the federal government, so there's no match from the county. And the first one, well, they're all really the same, it's just accepting money.
Okay. Supportive Services
Yeah,
Program.
supportive services, so that's legal and in-home. Shopping that we do for seniors, that we have somebody do. And that's pretty much what that's for. And it's $348,702.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Next item, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for Aging regarding stimulus funding for Title IIIC1 Congregate Meals Program.
Yep.
Motion to move it.
So these have been going on, I mean, they have not been, so they are restarting.
All of ours are, what's the date? I think we have one more starting maybe in July. And then we don't have, the last one to start won't happen until September 1. But all the rest of them are all in motion. Waterville, Cohoes, all the places, they're all
Okay,
going now.
thank you. We had a motion.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
This reminded me of something. Ohio Shalom has 25 people
Yep.
that they're coming, and
Yep.
they're gonna bump it up, so what are we doing to get that bumped up? What are they gonna do? Stacy gonna call you, or?
Oh, no, well, they have another day coming to, they're twice a week now.
Okay, so they're going, okay.
Yeah, yeah, I think there was a little question, and there really didn't need to be, but you know what, the way things happened so quickly, I think there was a question about the distancing, and you couldn't have, so they were trying to keep people 6 feet apart. And as long as they're vaccinated, you can have that many people at a table, you don't have to spread them out the way they were doing, and we just moved the table 6 feet apart, that venue's good to go, and it's happening.
Ms. Whalen?
You go, Jay.
The congregate meals, the program is resuming, so is the grab and go finished for the time being, or will you be
Grab and
continuing
go
that too?
will be finished very shortly. We kind of hated to see it go, but, it also goes against the spirit of what the congregate meal was, which was, social isolation, get people out together, that kind of thing. And so I hated to see it go in some places where, we have people that are a little on the edge. But then for other places, in senior buildings, to come downstairs, grab your meal and take it up, go to McDonald's. It was missing the whole spirit of what we were doing.
So the patrons have been notified that there'll be a change
Yeah,
back
yeah,
over to
yeah,
congregate?
yeah.
So that
And they're all
ready?
running, so,
Yes,
yeah, that's
okay.
already happening, yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
Mr. Ricard?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple questions, and I want to jump back to number 3 too, but, so Cohoes is up to full capacity now, or city?
Should be.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, we sent somebody there on the opening day,
okay,
and they were up to par with everything, so, yeah.
okay. So that answers that question. Just to jump back to number 3, which was the authorization for the agreement, the one we just did previously.
Yeah,
If I have a constituent in the city of Cohoes,
Yeah.
how are they going to make sure that they receive those services? As far as shopping or whatever the case may be.
well, they have to call the office.
Right, I
Yeah, I
understand
mean, they have
that.
to call the office, and then an assessment is, did we do an assessment, Pat, for that?
What they would do is we gear them towards New York.
New York Connects.
New York Connects line. New
Then
York
they-
Connects would set up a case.
Yeah,
Okay. A lot of times, my constituents in particular, not just mine, I should say all constituents, they're a little reluctant to call people. Sometimes they don't have a caregiver around. So I just want to make sure that we can, start.
give them my cell number, everybody
Well,
calls me.
that's why mine called me.
And that's what happens to me too.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
your job is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah,
they
we'll
would
get
take care
them.
of it.
See, what happened was, when the pandemic happened, and then we were thrown into this whole new way of doing things, I mean, money was moved around, they allowed all sorts of things to happen.
Sure.
Now we're trying to pull everything back in, so really, they would go to New York Connects, and as Pat said, a case would be set up and get them what they need. But anybody who's, if you have a constituent who isn't getting what you think they need, call me, because
Okay, yep.
that, my phone's on all the time, and it's on 24 hours, and it's on the weekend. I take the call.
Okay,
Carolyn will tell you. I take the call.
Yes, you do.
thank you.
So-
Thank you, Chair.
So that was number
That was 4, actually,
Yeah.
but I went back to 3, so.
4, so we voted on it,
No,
right?
not yet.
Can I get a motion for number 4?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Number 5, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for Aging regarding stimulus funding for Title 3C2 Home Delivered Meals Program.
Okay, so, as you know, when we had to close the congregate meals, then our home-delivered meals went up. And we also got the grab and go, but our home-delivered meals went up. So what was included in that stimulus was more money for home-delivered meals, so that we could keep people solid, and so that's what that $469,000 is.
And that's a year-round program?
I'm sorry?
A year-round program?
Yeah, home delivered meals is all year.
Constant.
This money is in addition to the money that we received, that we would normally receive through contract. So this stimulus money is all extra money we've got this year.
Will there be any grab and go?
Well, no, we're gonna be ending the grab and go, but home-delivered meals stays the same. So,
guess-
you know, let's say you had somebody who was and this is a scenario, so they say you got somebody who's a grab and go person, and maybe, you know, maybe they're still reluctant to go to where everybody is. They'd still have to go through the process, but we could get them on a home-delivered meal,
Okay.
you know, but that, you know, we really were trying to get out of the grab and go business.
All right. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Thank you. Number 6, authorizing an agreement with New York State Office for the Aging regarding stimulus funding for Title 3D Medication Management Program.
So this is an evidence-based program. So it's, it would be things like LifePath from Colony does, well, they're not in Colony anymore, but they do a falls prevention program. Catholic Charities does a Matter of Balance. We've now partnered up with, and I think this has really been terrific, Senior Hope. And they deal with seniors who have an addiction, alcohol or medication. But it's all evidence-based, so there's no match on this either.
Again, how do
And
people get referred to this?
to which?
This program? How do they
To
get?
Senior Hope?
Yeah, this medication management program.
That doesn't go through us, that really goes through, well, I mean, if they called New York Connects and said,
all of these
I
are-
have, you know, that kind of a thing, but people may be, you know, somebody may, you know, a clergyman might refer to Senior Hope, and we wanted to be able to support that program because there's so much opioid stuff, and we wanted to be able to support that, and that's really one of the more important things that I think that we see coming down the pike that we're able to support now.
Okay. Mr. Demolowitz?
Who's running Senior Hope now?
Oh, Nicole McFarland, you know, Bill Rockwood died
I know,
a few
yeah.
weeks
He was a
ago.
constituent of mine for many years.
Oh, yeah, great family.
Great family.
Yeah.
Great family. Thank you.
Have you no other questions? Do you have a motion? Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item number 7, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding stimulus funding for Title IIIE Caregiver Support Program.
Right, so we have 5 providers that do caregiver support. Catholic Charities is one of them, Town of Colony is one, LifePath, Colony Senior Services, Community Caregivers. Town of Colony saw a real spike in their numbers for these services because they were doing so much counseling, and they were, in a lot of cases, it was a matter of getting people into nursing homes, you know, they were kind of in between. And so they saw a really huge spike, so we were glad to get a little extra money to put into this program.
Now, is this the one where, I'm sorry, family members where family members, where family members are able to get support as well, people who are taking care of.
Yeah, community caregiver certainly, you know, takes care of everybody, you know, family separate from the individual.
Okay, I just wanted, I'm just trying to find out as many avenues as there are
Yeah.
to get people assistance when they're at home. They're trying to keep people out of
He's
nursing
trying to keep
home,
them home, yeah,
And they want
right.
to keep them home. Any other questions? If not, can I get a motion? Second? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, motion carries. Number 8, and authorize an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding stimulus funding for expanding access to COVID-19 vaccines via the Aging Network.
So that's stimulus money, and again, there's no match with that. This money is good from April 1st, I think, until September. And we are able to support now the pharmacist that we have that's going around doing the home vaccine. The pharmacist that we use, I mean, he's been really great about seeing people for us. Yeah, but he's got to close up his pharmacy to get on the road and all that. So we're able to support them a little bit with this money. And then to be able to do any informational stuff in print, you know, that we want to do that giveaway again, you know, with the flu bags, you know, kick the flu to Timbuktu or whatever we're going to call it this year. And we want to be able to get print material about COVID. And this money helps pay for any, you know, any of that kind of thing that we use. So we're real excited to have a little extra money to be able to do the things that we want to do with that.
Are you still hearing a lot from seniors who have not had the vaccine yet?
I just signed somebody up before I left. Yeah.
Ms. Whalen?
Is this just a one, right now, we only anticipate this money coming in for this year?
Yeah.
It won't be extended. So how hard is it next year to wean ourselves off of reliance on this type of funding? Do we usually
Well,
have other funding that crops up, or?
That's a good question.
You know, it sounds like these are all amazing things that we're going to do.
Yeah, they are, and then we're not gonna have
What do
it.
we
Yeah,
do?
you're
We have
right.
to pull the plug on it
Yeah.
because we don't have the money next year. Like,
Yeah.
do we have that foresight in the planning process?
Probably, because here's my theory always. I'm never giving back any money.
No.
Nobody's getting back money.
Yeah.
So, I'll find use for it, but, you know, it's like money that you didn't count on, so
Yeah.
I'm really not counting on it. I'm gonna have it this time, so it'll be like a blowout for a while, and then we're back to reality.
But these are existing programs. This is just extra funding.
This is
that's
extra
coming
funding for the
to
existing
keep-
programs that you got. This vaccine one,
Because
yes.
of COVID.
Yes, because of COVID. That's new. And I just checked with the AAAs before I came over here because I wanted to be sure that we were going to be able to support the, you know, the pharmacist who's going out and, you know, driving all over the county
Right.
for us. And has been, just because he knows it was the right thing to do. But we're, you know, so we're excited. So they said yes, you know, that we could use it, and that's my hope, is to be able to use the rest of the money to be able to do the print materials that we want to do.
Maybe we'll be lucky enough to get it next year too. Who knows, right?
Who knows? I mean,
We won't have a big
we don't know.
I'm hoping we don't need it.
Right, you're right, yeah, we want to be put out of that business.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? If not, can I get a motion? Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. Number 9, authorizing agreements with the New York State Office for the Aging and the Albany County Department of Social Services regarding the New York's Connects Expansion and Enhancement Program.
Right, so this is to be able to expand New York Connects, and we'll support them. So it'll provide, you know, we contract with DSS for New York Connects, and so that money will be used towards phone lines and the other things that they do for us.
So when people sign up for home care and they go through New York Connects.
Yeah, it all goes through New York Connects, yeah.
People that are maybe coming out of a nursing home, going home, that's the kind of, they're setting up supportive services at home.
Exactly,
That's what New York Connects does, right?
yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure I understand so I can help somebody because
Yeah, you got it.
you know how you get questions. And I always call you. There's no other, I think that was our last item. Oh, did we vote? I'm sorry, no, we did not. Can I get a motion in a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Motion carries. Can I get a motion? That's our last
well,
item.
Well, we have to go back to number 2.
Oh, Mr. Riley, can you speak to us regarding item number 2?
Yes, I can, and I apologize for my my tardiness at the meeting tonight. I spoke with Mr. Slatke. This contract doesn't begin until November, so he's okay with tabling it for a month, and we'll revisit it with him in person next month. He thought the meeting was remote and he wasn't on his
If
way
you
down
can
here.
answer his questions, we can move it tonight. I mean,
What are the questions?
Yeah,
Maybe I can-
a couple people had questions.
You want to go first, Kurt?
I don't have any questions.
It was just, basically, I was looking at the whole agreement, and I was just wondering, with this firm that you're dealing with, how many hours specifically would you say that they're involved with staff? Because that's a lot of money, $150,000 I think they're getting.
Okay.
So how many hours does that entail? Now, I also read there's a home harmless agreement, so if they make a mistake on something, I assume they're gonna assume the liability.
I would imagine so. That's normally how that's included.
And I, knock on wood if that's wood, but,
Yep. I do not know the number of hours. I can get that to you. If you want to move it through now, I can get it to you before the night, or before the full meeting.
okay,
I can ask Mr. Slacky this evening.
okay. I mean, it's what everybody else wants to do, Chair, obviously.
It's a renewal of a contract.
Yeah, it's just a
So for me,
renewal.
as long as there was someone here to answer the questions of the committee.
That
I'm
was your
fine.
point. I got that.
I'm fine, so.
Yeah. Ms. Whalen, you had a question?
I was just wondering if it was, I thought it was a renewal of a contract.
Correct.
I was just interested I was wondering if this seems almost like full-time members of this company would be in the nursing home, like in an office there all day, supervising, monitoring, and teaching the nursing staff. So I was wondering if that was something that someone should just be hired to do, instead of having a subcontract. Like, what is the
So I know
benefit of
that,
having something like this versus having folks there that can work full-time and supervise the nursing staff and teach them skills that they may need?
so I know a main portion of why we originally entered into this contract is we were finding out that the regulations were changing faster than our internal staff were keeping up with them. We were missing out on specific regulations, whereas these guys can come in, it's a much larger firm, they can expend the energy because they have people doing this for multiple hospitals. And they're kind of the subject matter experts on it, so.
So is there anyone on site full-time from this company, or no, it's just all done?
I would have to check for you, but I can add that to the list as well. If anyone's on site, and if so, what, at what time, like what hours and things like that.
We can move it,
Yeah.
but I would like to have these questions answered
Yep.
prior to the meeting, so that everybody can be clear as to.
I will get
What
answers to
that
both of those and forward them to legislative staff.
Thank you.
Yes,
Just, Madam Chair, this is a highly specialized field, and that's why we contract out for it. And this company is one of the leaders in that field. They're more versed on the latest Department of Health laws and changes and regulations, and, as a lawyer, that stuff changes every day. They're on top of it. And that's why I'm comfortable with keeping them for a second year, because they did help us raise the stature of the nursing home and the quality and the care of
I saw
everything
that.
at the nursing home.
That's right.
So for me, that's fine. Thank you.
and this is the second and final year on their extension. So it'll be coming up again for a whole contract renewal proposal process the following year, so. But with that being said, can we get a motion in a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Now, that completes
Thank you.
our agenda. Can I get a motion to
Motion.
adjourn?
Second?
Motion and second to adjourn.
job,
Thank you
Deb.
very much.